Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Cliff Encounter and it's under the command of Talon 1958. Now something very odd is going to happen in this battle, and it happens right at the end. In fact, it's very strange indeed because it concerns the M12 on this team, who's there, Salty 25, and the enemy E25 and their Eagle 7. Okay, we can see the Talon's moving over to the west side to the bushes, getting ready to shoot. As it's an encounter game, it's all about the neutral cap in the centre of the map. But Talon, I think, is going to aim towards the hill because nearly always somebody will try and go up the hill and take control of the hill with the lighthouse, and then they can shoot down on anybody below. Well, an enemy tank's turned up. It's a T-52 Tier 6 Soviet Premium Light, which Klaus Kellerman recently mentioned in his most recent video. Said he was the best light tank the light tank he likes the most, but he seems to think that everyone has one. No, you only have them if you've had an account for 5 years. And Talon nearly hit that barrage, but the shell's RNG sent the shells some distance away from the barrage. But that one didn't. That penetrated the barrage with a low roll, 536. The alpha of this Arty is 550, so that was definitely a low roll. The armour on the barrage is actually fairly light, so it's fairly difficult to not to penetrate it from the top if you hit it with an Arty round. Well, that barrage player should know better than to come back to the same spot, but he narrowly misses another shot from Talon there. Good job that he moved out of the way, but if he stays where he is, he will be taken out of the game. And in fact, yes, the list got him. The Fox fired one in and got the kill. Now we've got that T-52 capping, takes a round from Talon. Again, thin armour on that tank, and you can see the shell landed on the rear of the vehicle. It's the yellow stain where the HE shell went off. Looking to get another one in, fires it in. Oh, he hit him again! 272 this time. He's now a splash kill with only 52 hit points. Talon's reloading. 15.89, is that 69 or 89 seconds per reload? Yeah, T-52 is trying to move to an opposition. Well, we've lost sight of him, but Talon fires around him where he was, but doesn't get the kill. In fact, actually, the T-52 went straight back into the cap, and he's just reappeared there. There he is. He's just moved a short distance away. Pretty sure Talon can probably land around near there. Instead, he has a quick look to the north because there's a box tank coming to sight. You can see a Tier 8 guard over there. This is a Tier 8 game with Tier 6 tanks in it, so plenty of opportunity for Talon to make XP. Fires around in the guard. He hits the rock face instead. That T-34-85 is a bit exposed. Okay, there's the T-52, and we can just see the top of his turret, and that's all that Talon needs. Rounds out. Yep, he's got him. Okay, looks like that T-34-85 made a mistake and the M12 managed to kill him. That's the same M12 that you'll see later on during the game in very suspicious circumstances. Talon fires around in next to the rock, and if the guard was still there, he was probably stunned by that. We've now got a Tier 7 Oni trying to retreat. Talon's on him. He'll move backwards very, very slowly and gives Talon plenty of opportunity to hit him. And that was a direct hit. There we can see the guard has been hit. The E25 is retreating. That's the same E25 you'll see later on in the game as well. Okay, Talon's loaded. Fires the round in. Hits the vehicle right on the front. You can see just beneath his boobies, or on the boobies I should say. In fact, he's received 2 RT rounds now. I think one of those might have come from either the GW Panther, or GW Tiger I should say, or the M12. Unfortunately, Talon's round hits the rock face instead of the vehicle. Bad RNG on that one. He should have killed that only with that shot. Oh, but he doesn't need to worry because the Scorpion does it for him. Okay, he's looking around for another target. The enemy Arty's coming to sight. And he's trying to back away, but Talon's dialing in as he's adjusting his aim. He's loaded. Rounds out. Here we go. Yep, that's a kill shot. And there goes the M40, M43, taken out by our E25. Okay, the guards come back for some more. And he got 35% of his health left, though. Talon fires around and he didn't give enough lead on that shot. Yep, the shell landed behind it. When a target's moving at speed some distance away from you, you do need to add to the lead to make sure you can get a shot directly on target. He's trying to lead it now. This looks about right. Close. Yep, that was close. It tracked the guy, smacked him, took some of his health away. Okay, the enemy M12 has been spotted and just killed by our T-3485M. The Striv S1, the enemy tank destroyers, up in the tank destroyer nest, just gets smacked on the rear for 226. Very thin armour on those vehicles. They don't like artillery fire. Most artillery fire can actually penetrate them. Oh, he's taking a lot of shots from just about everyone. Rounds out again. And another direct hit. And he's still there, but only 3 hit points left. And the shot comes in that kills him from the E25. Now, the last time we saw the enemy Eagle 7, which also features at the end of the battle, he was in this bush. And Talon's just fired in at the bush. Now, we're going to see any shells fired in that general direction? No, but what we do see is a wall being knocked down a little further back. And Talon's lining up a shot for that area. I think he thinks that the E25's pulled back. And there's the guard. Very low hit points now. He's a splash kill. Work out where he's going. That's it. Rounds out. And that's a kill. So that's the 3rd kill for Talon. But unfortunately, the enemy E25 just took out our 5916 up on the lighthouse. And I'm afraid that means now that they have control of the battlefield, really, in a sense, because that E25 can see all that's going on. He just knocked a fence down just there where Talon's marked, but he could be anywhere up on that hill by now. And, well, Talon can't see him because we haven't got anybody nearby to actually spot him. The T-3485M's down near the donut. The E25's down near the enemy spawn area. Of course, the E25 is trying to hunt that Eagle 7. So it looks like Talon's decided to move. There's the M12. The GW Tiger's not showing. He's actually behind Talon at the moment. Talon's aiming for the Eagle 7. Fires a round in at him. Oh, it overshot, but he wasn't the only one firing in that direction. I think the M12 did as well. But he's going to have another go. Rounds out. Direct hit. 139. Unfortunately, we just lost the E25. Talon's using premium consumables. It does speed up the reload dramatically. It's about to shoot again. Rounds out again. I always recommend using premium consumables for Arty because you can get your money back easily. Certainly if you buy the premium consumables when they're at half price. And Talon and the M12 are both moving to the donut through the Western Pass. The GW Tiger's staying behind at the cap area. And of course we don't know where the E25 is, but we have to assume that he's probably still up on the hill looking for us. The Eagle 7's more than likely going to move from his current position, but it's now 3 RT versus a medium tank and a tank destroyer, and unfortunately it's the Cockroach, the tank destroyer, the most OP tank destroyer at tier 7. Virtually impossible to see and very sneaky, and with that 75mm gun they can do quite a lot of damage fairly quickly. Well, Talon's got to within sight, and we just lost the GW Tiger P to the E25, so he must be fairly close. And there's the Eagle 7. Talon's dialing in, trying to get a sighting. He's been spotted, and he's just received a hit from the E25, and the E25 is obviously over to the lookout and the tank destroyer lookout area. That's where the E25 went, and that's where he saw the GW, and Talon's been taken out the game. But this is the moment when very, very funny things happen. Okay, we've got our M12 here. He's in a position. He could have shot at the the Eagle 7 there, but decided not to. He's just actually holding fire at the moment. And then he shoots after he loses sight of the Eagle 7. And now, of course, he's in a reload. Now, this Arty has a reload of about 20, 22, 23 seconds. So he's reloading at the moment. He's got a 155mm howitzer. And he's capable of doing, I think if I remember correctly, 700 alpha. So even a near miss is going to take out the enemy. And the E25's come up behind him. And there he is. E25 just a short distance away. And this is when things get really weird. Because look what happens next. Here comes the Eagle 7. He parks himself alongside the M12, who turns to shoot at him, but doesn't. And the E25 rams him. And then the M12 says, "Damn," in chat. Now, but I think that's fishy. I think Talon's right. It's very fishy. We'll run that again, actually, just to see exactly what happened during those last few seconds, because it's very, very odd. It makes me suspect that there was some collusion going on here, and that maybe these players knew each other. The E25 comes up behind, waits. The Eagle 7 comes alongside, and instead of shooting the M12 or even pointing his gun at him, he just sits there. The M12 turns, and the E25 comes in and rams him. Now, I wonder if the E25 had actually run out of shells, or if the Eagle 7 was giving the kill to the E25 deliberately and trying to act as a distraction. But then why did the M12 not fire and kill the Eagle 7? He should have. He didn't. If he had killed him, he probably would have blown himself up in the process, I must admit, because the shell exploding at such close range probably would have taken out the M12 as well. But all the same, it is very, very strange that the Eagle 7 let the E25 go in and hit him in the side, and that the M12 just said "damn" instead of firing, and the E25 just rammed the M12 to death. Very, very strange indeed. Especially strange considering the M12 is actually based on the M3 hull. It's a medium tank in disguise, and the E25 is basically, well, it wasn't designed on any specific tank, but it's actually fairly light in its construction, fairly low weight, and therefore ramming an enemy tank the way he did could actually kill the E25 as much as it would kill the target. So it's not advisable for any tank to actually hit a target, especially when the E25 had already taken damage before the encounter. But very, very strange indeed. And I'm glad that Talon brought it to my attention. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. And we can see that despite the fact that they lost the game and he got taken out by the E25, he's still got a first-class tanker in the game, a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 13, a Gore's medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and because he did so much damage, he actually got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and his win rate from the battle was 6,315, which is super unicum. If we look at the table, we can see, yes, he's definitely got the highest damage, 2,619 hit points of damage. The next high scorer being the E25, who actually picked up a Dimitri's medal for getting all 3 Arty, and 2,354 hit points of damage. And I suspect that the Eagle 7 was actually allowing the E25 to get a Dimitri's on purpose, that he wasn't going to kill the M12. He wanted, the E25 asked the Eagle to let me kill this Arty so I can get a Dimitri's, and that's why the Eagle did nothing at that particular point. In fact, turned his gun away from the M12 to allow the other guy to get the kill. Now, there's nothing wrong with leaving the kill for another player on your team. That's perfectly okay. In fact, I think it's actually very good if somebody actually is on for a medal. If they can get it legitimately, you can leave, you can say to the other player, oh, I won't take a shot, you take the shot to get the medal, and that's fine. That's actually being very gentlemanly and being a very nice player to the other player, just to allow them to get a reward because of all the effort they've put in. But if, it just seems so fishy that the M12 didn't even bother to fire at the Eagle 7 at the end of that battle and just let him go, just let him pass, didn't even shoot. So we can see that he did get the highest amount of damage. When it came to kills though, he didn't get the highest amount. That actually went to the E25. He got 5 kills, 1/3 of the enemy team. And 3 kills went to Talon 1958, the E25 on his own team, and the Striv S1 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was the E25 did the best with 1098. And then it was Talon with 688, and thirdly, the box tank on the enemy team was 679. Talon fired 25 rounds, got 11 direct hits, 2 penetrations, 14 splash. Damage of 2,619 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He received 4 hits from the enemy. All three were penetrations, 1 non-penetrations. That was actually an E25 shot that actually went into his tracks. It alerted him that the E25 was there, but there wasn't that much that he could do, because even if he turned to try and run away and evade, I think the E25 would have still got him regardless. In fact, to be honest, the best thing that you can do under the circumstances in a situation like that, where there is an OP tank destroyer engaged, is to actually find a nice ambush position and let the E25 try and come and find you, and then hit him very, very hard at that moment. If he then tries to cap in an encounter battle like that, you just fire a few rounds into the cap area. He will know where you are, and he'll more than likely leave the cap to try and come and kill you, and then you ambush him and take him out the game that way. But don't try to take him on face to face, or do, well, I mean, Talon didn't do it the right way. He knew that there was an E25 out there, he just didn't know where they were, and by doing what he actually did, he actually allowed the E25 to get him. But of course, he will know better in another game. Set up a nice position, an ambush position, somewhere where the enemy is not expecting you to be, such as maybe around the enemy spawn area, and let the enemy try and find you, and then take him out when he gets close enough so you can't miss. So let's have a look at the rest of it. 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, 785 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. He earned 45,299 credits on a premium count, got 15,000 for completing the mission events, 5,361 for courageous resistance. That's for getting an epic or a battle hero medal in a losing or drawn game, and he got both a battle hero and an epic medal in this game. 65,660 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he still took away a profit of 51,075 credits. 1,032 XP, 579 for courageous resistance, 6,000 for completing a mission, and took away 7,611 experience points altogether. So I'm very pleased that he actually did draw this one to my attention. I suspect that the Eagle was actually allowing the E25 to get a Dimitri's, and that that's what the E25 asked him to do. I also suspect that maybe the E25 rammed him because he was out of rounds. The E25 doesn't carry a huge amount of ammunition, and it could be that he used up all of his last few rounds on firing at Talon and taking him out, and didn't have anything left, and so had to ram the M12, and so the Eagle presented himself as a target to allow the M12 to turn to shoot at him. And then the E25 went in for the ram kill, and that's how it actually ended. But it does seem very, very odd. I must admit, I'm glad he actually drew it to my attention for that purpose alone. If the Eagle 7 was being a nice guy, then he was very nice to the E25 to allow him to get that last kill. But still, all the same, it was very peculiar that the M12 didn't take the opportunity to kill the Eagle 7, even if it meant that he died in the process, because then at least he would have got the satisfaction of getting some more hit points and also possibly, well, wouldn't have been an eye for an eye because, of course, the Eagle 7 didn't shoot back. But he would have given some satisfaction of taking down one of the enemy with him. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.